1. Have you ever been part of a sports team? Yeah, I used to play badminton at school, although not at a very competitive level. I mainly joined because my friends were in the team and the practices were actually pretty fun. To be honest, I was never the star player. I was more like the person trying not to embarrass myself during matches. 2. Are team sports popular in your culture? Yeah, especially football. Whenever there's a major match involving the Vietnamese national team, people gather at cafes or other public places to watch together because the atmosphere feels much more exciting when everyone is cheering at the same time. Even people who normally don't watch football suddenly become extremely emotionally invested. 3. Do you like watching team games? Why? Yeah, I don't watch sports often, but since my husband is really into it, I've gradually started following it too. What I enjoy about basketball is its strong sense of teamwork and unpredictability. Also, since there is no tie in basketball, the final minutes of each game are intense, and I get really emotional, either bursting in joy celebrating a win or getting frustrated and moody over a loss. 4. What are the differences between team sports and individual sports? I think team sports involve cooperation and communication because the players need to work together toward the same goal. In individual sports, though, everything ultimately depends on the performance of one single person. So there's more personal freedom, but also more personal pressure. If a team loses, at least the responsibility is shared. But in individual sports, a player who loses unfortunately has nobody else to blame. Topic: Walking 1. Do you walk a lot? Not as much as I probably should, honestly. These days, most of my daily movement comes from running around after my child or walking my dog Milo rather than intentionally exercising. That said, I do enjoy walking when I'm stressed because it helps clear my head a little. 2. Did you often go outside to have a walk when you were a child? Yeah, all the time. Back then, children spent way more time outdoors than they do now. Since I grew up with four sisters, we were constantly outside walking or riding bikes around the neighborhood. Sometimes we just wandered around with no real destination in mind. 3. Why do people like to walk in parks? I think parks give people a break from traffic, noise, and pollution. Walking somewhere with trees and breathing in fresh air not only benefits people physically, but also helps them calm down mentally. Parks are perhaps one of the few places, especially in cities, where adults can slow down a little without feeling guilty for being unproductive. 4. Where would you like to take a long walk if you had the chance? I'd love to walk around somewhere quiet and scenic, like the old streets in Kyoto or a small coastal town in Europe. I like places that feel slow paced and full of character, where you can wander around for hours, learn about the local history, admire the scenery, and discover charming hidden gems that tourists don't usually notice. 5. Where did you go for a walk lately? A few days ago, I took my dog Milo for a walk around my neighborhood in the evening. It wasn't anything special, but honestly, those simple walks have become one of the few quiet moments in my day. Unless Milo suddenly sees another dog and completely forgets all basic manners. Topic: Food. 1. What is your favorite food? That's a really difficult question because I genuinely love food and enjoy trying different cuisines. But if I had to choose, I'd probably go with Mexican food like tacos, burritos, or nachos with lots of salsa and guacamole. I love how bold and flavorful Mexican food is. It always feels so vibrant, comforting, and fun to eat. 2. What kind of food did you like when you were young? Honestly, my taste was much simpler when I was a child. I loved fried food, instant noodles, and anything sweet. If a dish contained cheese or sugar, I automatically thought it was amazing. Looking back, younger me really did have questionable nutritional standards sometimes. 3. Has your favorite food changed since you were a child? Yeah, quite a lot actually. As I've gotten older, I've become much more interested in complex flavors and food from different cultures. I also appreciate healthier and more balanced meals now, probably because adulthood eventually forces everyone to care about not only the taste, but also the impact that what you eat has on your body. 4. Do you eat different foods at different times of the year? Yeah, definitely. My eating habits change quite a bit depending on the weather. During winter or cold, rainy days, I crave warm and comforting food like hot pot or soup. In summer, though, I prefer lighter meals, fruit, or anything cold and refreshing because heavy food suddenly feels exhausting in hot weather.